A lot of you have left comments about tariffs on dairy imports. I mean a lot of you. US President Donald Trump has re-aired his grievances with Canada's dairy industry after promising 25% sweeping tariffs on all goods from Canada.
Nobody knows that Canada is charging our dairy farmers 270% tariffs. Nobody knows that. They have up to 400%. They have a couple of tariffs at 400%.
So, is Canada milking the system when it charges importers 270% tariffs on dairy products brought into the country? Tariffs get added onto dairy products brought into the country as part of a system called supply management. It dates back to the 70s, a time for farmers where costs were going up and prices were going down.
The system was brought into place about 50 years ago. It was a response to a number of things. One is inherent instability of prices for agricultural products, which is not specific necessarily to dairy, it's across all agricultural products. It was on one hand an attempt to stabilize some of the prices and incomes of the producers who make these things, but it is also sort of a rent-seeking opportunity for producers to receive a higher price and higher incomes than they would in an unregulated market.
When it comes to tariffs and supply management, there are three things to know. For starters, yes, Canada does have tariffs, and yes, they can reach triple digits depending on the dairy product. Organic yogurt, that can reach up to 237.5%. Cheddar, as much as 245.5%. And butter, 298.5%. Canada also has something called tariff rate quotas. They're basically limits for importers to adhere to, and if they stay below them, then they don't have to pay taxes. Importers basically apply for a percentage of those quotas, and if they're successful, there aren't any issues. Those expanded quotas were some of the first big wins for Donald Trump's administration in 2018, when he renegotiated NAFTA, now known as CUSMA. Finally, the US has never even reached these quotas. That's according to a lobby group for America's own dairy industry. The International Dairy Food Association even went as far as calling Canada's supply management system protectionist. In a statement, a spokesperson for Global Affairs Canada said Canada is the second largest export market for the US dairy industry. It amounts to over $1 billion in 2024, according to American statistics. And even with the tariff rate quotas, Canada still buys more American dairy products than all other suppliers combined. Now, America isn't the only country beefing with Canada's tariff rate quotas. New Zealand has had issues with tariff rate quotas since 2022, accusing Canada of improperly applying them as part of an existing trade agreement. The country launched a formal complaint as allowed under the deal in November of that year. In 2023, a panel ruled that Canada was in the wrong. Global Affairs Canada said the ruling was disappointing, and the dispute remains ongoing. What else do you want to know about dairy tariffs in Canada? Leave your questions in the comments below, or send an email to ask@cbc.ca.